Welcome to Mornings with Patricia. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. Today I want to talk about reinventing. And that can be mostly about reinventing the self. But there are situations that you'll find yourself in that you can actually reinvent. So, for example, uh, we are thinking, I met with Rebecca today, Rebecca Shepherd, and we're thinking about reinventing sacred space. I'm watching my cat look at the room divider, thinking she might be able to jump her 14-year-old self onto a very flimsy thing that's going to go crashing down if she decides that. But, she's 14 years old. She's reinventing herself. So, no, Misty. So, so we were talking about maybe reinventing sacred space. Summertimes are a little light at many places, and because people are out doing things. But as we head into the fall season, what do we want sacred space to look like? And so we're talking today, more floor pillows and we're taking out even more of the big chairs. We're leaving enough for people who need the chairs, but maybe more couches and single chairs, the kind of easy chairs to sit in. And so, we're just kind of playing with that idea and draping the room in wonderful, scarves and things to kind of give it the feeling like in India. So that was making me think, before we started on that path, I was telling her, I was thinking how much I miss India, and I follow the Hindu path. So why am I not doing more of those things? Why am I not, doing more teachings around the Hindu path and explaining some of the gods and goddesses? And then I texted Latha about the festivals, because I get a little confused on the festivals because they don't really go by month like ours do, like November, Thanksgiving. So for instance, Diwali may be this time one year and this time another year. So anyway, I'm still trying to grab clarity around those things because I really don't have a community to do those sorts of holy celebrations in. And I'm thinking, why not? Why don't I have? Because sacred space. So that's the reinvention, right? It's like, well, we are a new thought center, but the senior pastor and the person who does the music there, Rebecca, follows the Hindu path. So why aren't we building community? And because there's no Hindu temple or anything that, not anymore, in Salem. So anyway, for those of you Salemites, be on the lookout for wonderful festivals and things like that that we're going to try to plan at Sacred Space. So anyway, that I was thinking that's been on my mind today about reinvention. And of course, me going back to school, and a friend of mine, Kim Griswold, said, I've known you for 25 years. You're always reinventing yourself. And that's true. Otherwise, we become really stagnant. And we think that we're in a rut, or we think that we're at a loss, or we think that we're not going anywhere. And so, but all it takes is our creativity to reinvent. And I think the key for that is being honest with ourselves. Like for me, I'm the senior pastor of a spiritual center, and perhaps I'm not being honest by not following my own path. And so when you follow your heart, and that's what you give to community, then those who want to partake will partake. But it doesn't matter how many, it's that, you feel fulfilled inside. So that, it's just been kind of an interesting journey this year for me, thinking about reinventing. And does reinventing take courage? Well, maybe. Maybe it takes courage. I think more or less it takes a childlike willingness to play, right? I don't think reinventing is a serious business. I think it's, it's Leela, God's play. It's child's play. The creator within us, always looking for the experience. And maybe the creator within us, is like, oh, well, we've done this experience now for 20 years, okay? I mean, how can we, shake it up a bit? so I think it's just that Leela within us that always wants to be at play. And so if we come into a place that where we're having stagnation in our daily lives, wherever it is, it's just time to mix it up a little bit. And so I wonder what ways, you could reinvent your life and yourself. Um, is there something you've always wanted to do and you've never done it? And ask yourself why. What's stopping you, right? Oh, well, I'm too old now. I hear that one a lot. And it's like, I'm too old now. Oh, boy. All you have to do is go out on the computer or look on Facebook and see all of these 80 and 90-year-old young people reinventing themselves and having these amazing lives. And it makes people in their 40s and 50s and younger and 60s look like, what are you doing? So, yeah, it's an invitation to your spirit. It's an invitation, and it's an invitation to your human self. Right? It's this amazing invitation to get engaged and to get excited about your life. And I think we go, like I was telling the other day, we go in these, flows. And if you're plateauing, that's okay. But your mind can still be engaged. So, remember this too. Visually, your eyes need things to feast on, new things to feast on. I think we forget that because we think, it's our taste buds. Our taste buds that like all the different tastes, but our eyes like all the different tastes of life too. So don't forget to engage your senses when you are reinventing. What do your ears want to hear? What do your eyes want to see? What does your fingers want to feel? What does your nose want to smell? What does your tongue want to taste? And try something new. Maybe it's a new look for you in clothes. Maybe you decide to do a whole new look in clothes, or maybe, I don't know, you read a different genre of book, or if you have a routine, maybe you shake your routine up a little bit. You do something different, like in the afternoon, you would do it in the morning instead. I wonder what that would feel like. And so those sorts of things can really shake up our patterns so that we don't get stagnant. And once you do that, the body's like, whoa, what's happening, and then it has to, no, we don't do that in the morning, we do it in the afternoon. Yeah, but we're going to do that this morning, right? We're going to do that this morning. And then it just starts your day off a really different way, and you get to experience something different. So, life is this engaging scenario where all possibilities are at your fingertips. Everything you want to experience is just yours there for the taking. Right? So, it was interesting because I used to wear long nails and I would have them shaped so they looked natural. I really liked nails. And somebody the other day said, well, how come you don't wear your nails anymore? Most people thought that they were my own nails. And I said, oh, well, I took them off before I went to India for the Walk of Hope, because I didn't know exactly where we would be, and, I didn't want to deal with that. I came back, I'm like, hey, I'm liking this new feel. I'm not going to wear nails anymore. I'm always reinventing. Maybe someday I'll wear nails again. Who knows? Who cares? It's just, it's this amazing opportunity to get totally engaged, in your life and say, oh, okay, what would this be like? So the sanctuary, for example, the sanctuary area in sacred space is, we started out having, the regular chairs. We didn't do pews, but we had these nice extra wide chairs. We still have them, but it feels still a little Western church kind of like, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. But it's just probably, it's not who we are, and so I can see us partitioning off some of the area so it's more like a front room, that you're walking into somebody's front room with all of this wonderful things, and going into the fall and it's colder weather, you get to snuggle up with each other. It's that sort of thing. That's where my mind went when I was talking with Rebecca, and that's where her mind went. And then we started planning some other things, and it's kind of fun when you think about that, when you let your mind just play. You don't have to be. Here's the other thing. It's not tied to outcomes. our reinventing the space has nothing to do with, well, I mean, we'd love to get more people in and on a regular basis, but it's about being comfortable in the space because we're the ones that are there every time. So it's those sorts of things. Own your own experience. Don't get all bothered by the appearances. Experience what you want to experience in the way you want to experience it, and realize that there's no outside influences telling you whether you can or can't have that experience. That decision is totally yours. So when you reinvent yourself, you don't need to worry about, is this going to happen or is that going to happen? Keep it your experience. Keep it in your experience. And you will have so much fun with this. This is your spirit self. This is your spiritual self. Your spiritual being want to play, and your human self getting so serious. So, yeah, stop getting serious. Play, Leela, God's play. Have fun. Have fun this Thursday. Do something. Shake it up. Reinvent yourself. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love myself. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this and sharing it if you feel like it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.